I want to share with you just for a brief moment a book I wrote about Donald J. Trump. It's called The Magnanimous Donald J. Trump Amazing Acts of Kindness from Our 45th President. I actually wrote this book back in 2017. Now, at that time, I didn't know anything about Trump. I wasn't really impressed by him. And before the presidential election in 2016, and I began to research this man's life. And what I discovered absolutely just blew me away. I found at least 30 times when Mr. Trump intervened on the behalf of complete strangers, people he didn't even know. And I was so touched and so moved by their stories. So actually, this book, it's their stories. Now, there's actually two books in this one book. There's also included my life testimony and some of the miracles I've seen God do. But this book is basically about Donald Trump and the acts of kindness, of generosity, when he intervened and helped people. Just amazing stories. And I put them all together in one book. I verified these stories in this book. You're going to find the links that are included, that you can actually look at these stories if the internet has not taken them down. Of course, we know that because of the cancel culture, a lot of the stories, good stories, true stories, are being taken down when it comes to Trump. Now, I realize that a lot of people thought that Donald was the answer for America. Well, there's only one answer for America, and that's Jesus Christ. But that doesn't mean that we cannot appreciate somebody and what they've done. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't think he's really saved. He's crude. He's rude. You know, the amazing thing is I have heard, and actually I've seen videos of him being led to the Lord. Probably Mr. Trump has been led to the Lord more times than any human I've ever known. And that's saying a lot. Because every time that he gets together with Christians, and I've seen him with Christians, I've seen him being prayed for and prayed over by different congregations, and they would lead him to the Lord left and right all the time. So he's prayed enough prayer to be saved probably at least 100 times over. But really, Jesus said, by their fruits you will know them. And I actually included another video connected to this video about a man's testimony, African American man who was up in New York on Christmas Eve many years ago when he was down and out. And on Christmas Eve, Donald Trump reached out to him and helped this total, complete stranger. And so this book is available on Amazon. The links are included at the bottom in the description of this video. And if you really want to have an enjoyable read, I've had a lot of good response from this book, and it will give you a better idea of exactly who this man is. He's not gone yet. He's not over with yet. God is still using him. And so here comes the other video pertaining to how Mr. Trump helped a man in need.
I was a young pro Puerto Rican boxer. One of the originals, the legendary Customado took in. I worked and trained with the best, Tyson, Holyfield, and George Foreman. But before I could rise in boxing, someone gave me a chance like nobody else would. I grew up in Spanish Harlem, very poor. My dresser was my crib. I was a victim of abuse in my own hometown in the streets. At the age of 22, I was on the brink of being homeless. I remember one night on Christmas Eve, I walked into the St. Patrick's Cathedral and I said, God, please give me a purpose. As I exited, I walked down Fifth Avenue, and it was this gorgeous building. I walked inside and I said, I'm looking for work. The next day, Trump hired me off the street. He gave me 5 navy blue suits. He shook my hand and he said, welcome to the family. I remember the night I was assigned to drive Mr. Trump to a meeting. I dropped him off, and as he's getting out of the car, he said to me, "Can I bring you a steak? Because I'm going to be in there for quite a while." Who am I for him to stop his meeting and bring me something to eat? You know, I hear these accusations, but let me tell you firsthand. He employed people from all origins. We were all treated like family. And I remember that. And I admired him for that. He put us all first. He once gave me a personal letter expressing just how proud he was of me. Later in life, pursuing my pro boxing career, I got knocked out.
In round number 2.
In real life, I lost my way. Later, I also lost my wife to cancer, leaving me a single parent, 2 children, striving to be a role model. I suffered 3 heart attacks, 1 stroke, and I was once pronounced dead in the ring. You know, Trump wouldn't notice, but along with a few mementos in life, this letter was the one that gave me the most inspiration. These words, they have been a constant reminder of how much I have been appreciated. I never had a father, but I was so fortunate to come across these 2 gentlemen, Customato, who taught me how to be a fighter. But Donald Trump taught me how to act like a champion. Mr. Trump just didn't give me a job that Christmas Day. What I realized today is that he gave me a tool to help rediscover my purpose, to be an inspiration to my children.
Hey, Dad.
Son, listen, when you get knocked down, you get back up because you matter. And have faith that throughout life, you'll be blessed by a reminder or two recalling just how appreciated you are. Perhaps even by the next president of the United States himself. I feel like I, back then, represented where the country is now, in need of a helping hand and a leader who will give us our purpose and legacy again. The country's on the ropes, folks, and this time, I know what I'm fighting for.